I'm Roman and this is Anatomy of a Shot with Film Reframed. Today we're covering an image from Once Upon a Time in the West that is, in and of itself, a masterclass in composition. Being one of the most visually intentional films of all time, we could discuss nearly any frame from it, so why did we choose this one? Right away you may say to yourself, it's a classic example of frame in frame, right? You've got multiple doorways and Leone's taking advantage of them to frame his characters, right? But this image is much more interesting than frame in frame, so let's investigate the real power behind this image, division of space. The first element which divides the composition is the arrangement of positive and negative space. We'll use our X-ray vision here to highlight each area of light set against each area of dark. And this is the way we'll need to consider this image first. Rather than thinking of characters and props, backgrounds and foregrounds, we instead need to stick with an abstracted view of light and dark shapes. It may help you to see them more clearly if you squint at the image. Now that we're in this mindset, look at the progression of light and dark areas across the composition. We have a tiny splash of light here on the left, and then this one gets a little bigger, and then even bigger here, and then it's huge over here, right? This imbalance from left to right helps move our eye across the image, moving from light shape to light shape, rather than just letting it sit stagnant in a single place. Next, let's observe the vertical lines that divide the space. They get progressively wider just like we saw with our areas of light. So when you say it's a frame in frame, you now realize it's really a frame in frame in frame in frame. And this serves a narrative purpose as well. Each frame in frame looks like it could be its own painting, see? And the longer we hold on this image in the edit, the more time our audience's eye has to observe every little story contained in the image. The bandit entering on the left, the bandit standing in the doorway in the middle, and even on the far right where there are no characters, there's still a story occurring. It might not look like much at first, almost like an abstract painting, but this area shows us outside, the desolate train platform where a train will soon arrive, and the western hills, which don't seem relevant now, but that's giving us narrative context and orients us to our location and space. We're also framing this telegraph machine, which is picking up a telegram, and we can see the empty bench, a thematic foreshadowing. Overall, sometimes we are quick to write off complex compositions by identifying a familiar concept like frame in frame and moving on. But when we look closer, we can learn how to better apply these concepts and find unique ways to bring them into our own work.